Well, the Craft Training Center here in our Coastal Bend area couldn't be possible without the support of our business partners. I mean, this is a center that was wholly conceived by industry here because they saw a need to be able to prepare a future workforce for industry. So you have here the tremendous contribution of local industry, both monetarily, in terms of volunteers, in terms of support, in terms of supplies and materials, in addition to what the school district contributes through our regular formula funding for career and technical education. It's everybody working together that really makes that program work. Career and technical education programs offer students everyday opportunities to apply their learning in real-world, authentic sorts of ways. In our district, we talk a lot about student engagement and making sure that our students see the meaning of the work that they're doing. And students really have to volunteer their attention and their time and their interests in order to be successful. CTE courses provide great ways for our students to connect with their learning to the real world. We have literally thousands of students in our high school. I believe at our last count, over 4,000 of our high school students are taking one type of CTE course or another, either in our high school or with our community partners. And so we see that as a very valuable sort of educational experience. If I were talking to colleagues about the importance of CTE and how CTE programs have played out in our district, I would remind them that that career and technical education in 2011, 2012 is not what that was when we were in high school. And to remind them that we are in a technology-based, knowledge-based society, and this is an opportunity for students to be able to apply their learning in real-world, exciting, authentic sorts of ways. The challenge for a lot of superintendents is funding, and so that's why it's important to also develop those strong partnerships with the business community. They have the need, and we have the resource. And I think that if we're all working together, that we can find ways to make this happen, even in these sort of funding short times. Our approach to all high school programs here is that there has to be some education past high school. We don't believe that just in any realm that just getting a high school diploma is sufficient. And so when it comes to what students do after high school, we value the four-year baccalaureate program, we value the associate's degree program, we value industry standard certifications. And we try to help students find their niche and help their parents understand that the goal is for our students coming out of our district to be successful in the world that they're going to encounter beyond high school. Success can be measured in a variety of ways. And so we want to remind them that there are all sorts of ways to continue your education past high school. We try to provide as many college credit earning opportunities while our students are in high school, whether that's on an academic track or a career and technical track. And so it does require a lot of parent education. I think there's a perception out there among students, among teachers, and among parents that when you're going into a career and technical education program, you're going into a program that is less than something else. Or there's a perception that you're going to be restricting yourself to hard labor in sort of an old mental model way of thinking about that. And so we're always surprising people when we're showing them that a career technical education is as much about the use of technology, as much about being inside, as much about being able to do things that are cutting edge, as it is about doing those things that we might have traditionally thought of as the back of the high school programs back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And so there's a lot of educating that has to go on, a lot of showing, a lot of demonstrating for them to be able to see the value. Well, career and technical education programs have tremendous value in our district. For our students, for their families. Our career and technical education programs that we have in the district are serving as magnet programs for students to come from one school to another as programs of choice. Our Craft Training Center partnership is another valuable example of CTE and how that's working in our district. Programs that are offered at the Craft Training Center enhance what we're able to do in the district and provide opportunities that we wouldn't otherwise be able to provide.
I feel like one of my misconceptions in starting out as a counselor was that I was there to push college, and if they can't get into college, then there's a fallback of VOTEC or vocational training, not realizing as a choice the kids can go forward with that just as strong as going to college. It's all about post-secondary training. I work with the kids late in their junior year, early in their senior year, and I used to just push what we called College 101. We're all on the track for college, and if that doesn't work out, well, you'll have that fallback of some kind of vocational training. And what I realized was what we needed to push was any post-secondary training. They'll be making more money than our college kids for the most part. The job openings, especially in Texas, are phenomenal. So now we realize when we meet with the kids, it's not just about what are you doing toward college, although it could be, vocational college, is what are you doing about when you're done with high school, when you walk away in June, where are you going? We really, really have to be the ones to get that word out there to the kids, because if they don't know this opportunity is here and they can do it while someone else is still paying a large part of the bill, and a lot of them are scholarshiping this summer, which is great. We're now able to not just push college and university scholarships, but there's scholarships like the Ed Rochelle through the Craft Training Center that is helping our students get ahead and jump right into the market at phenomenal rates.
If I had the opportunity to tell other counselors about the construction industry, speaking from experience with my group, the students have gained some self-confidence. They are drug-free. They know that through these programs, they are going to become productive members of society. They are also workforce ready and employable upon graduation. And it's also keeping students in school. That's the most important item, because I've got several students in this graduating class that if it weren't for these types of programs would have dropped out of school. They are there because they want to complete this program, because they find it so beneficial to them, to their family, and to their future.
What do they need? Ultimately, they need skills. They need to be professionals. They need to have all of the expectations that we have for a craft professional. They have to have that in their tool bag. They have to come to work on time. They have to be reliable. They have to have the craft skills. They have to have the social skills. They have to have all of those we used to call soft skills. Now they're critical skills. They have to have a credential. They have to have a verification, a validation that they have those craft skills. If we want to raise the bar, if we want to bring that craft professional into what we really want it to be, as you are a craft pro, you gotta come with the goods, and that is having all the skills needed to be successful on the job site. Someone goes through an academic program, they get a degree. In an academic program, a degree says, I've done something. A career and technical program that offers a credential says, I can do something. So a credential for career and technical education is important, and career and technical education, we are as a society, we live because people build things. We live because people make things. We live because there are people out there that can do something. And career and technical education teaches you how to do something. And a credential certification validates that, in fact, you can do it.
I think we have an opportunity in this state, as well as in this country, to reformulate our public education system so that we are open both to strong academic training as well as strong career and technology education. We have got to make the transformation that will allow that to take place, and that's going to require legislative action in states all across the country. It'll require some federal support, and if we miss that opportunity, our youngsters won't be as prepared as they need to be going forward.
Came to work at the Craft Training Center. It opened up a whole new world. This is probably the best program I've ever been around. It gives kids hope, it gives them training, but they become skilled craftsmen at a young age, especially at the high school age. And we're teaching the curriculum that we're teaching adults. So basically what's happening is these students, these high school students, are becoming better craftsmen that we have at school at night, the adults that we have at night. CTE is the backbone of America. I mean, you talk about blue-collar worker, the students that are graduating through our program are making anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000 a week. So I don't know if that's blue-collar. It's a little bit more than blue-collar, but we're real busy, and there's a need in industry right now for these individuals, especially welders and pipe fitters, instrumentation, scaffold builders, crane operators. They're making tons of money, but the future lies on the backs of these young men and women that we have in school. Career and Technology Education Program is probably one of the most important aspects or components in a school district. If you cut that, you're destroying the future of America, bottom line. You know, there's the kids that are upper level, the salutatorians, valedictorians, upper 10%, all these kids that are going to college, they can do it. But then you have a group of students in schools that cannot go to college. It may be because they cannot afford it, or they can't, you know, they don't want to go, but they need to go to work. My philosophy is you have options, and you start with, you can go to college, junior college, military, because military is an education, or career and technology school like what we have here. The Craft Training Center is saving lives. We're giving kids hope, and now they have something to look forward to in the future. That's number one. Number two, my uncle was a priest, and he told me when I was 18 years old that the existence of our people depends on the quality of education that they receive. But remember, quality of education doesn't always mean college. It means military, it means trade schools, career schools, technical schools, craft training center. It means something. The biggest thing is someone or everyone in this world has a purpose in life. It's our job to find out what that purpose is. Career and technology education is a big component of that purpose. And we've got to pursue it, and we cannot let go. We have to move forward. The jobs are there. I mean, when students are making $2,000 a week, they're 18 years old, and they're making $2,000 a week after taxes. What does that tell you? The bottom line is we've got to help kids. It's our jobs to help kids. We're educators. That's why we're here.